Okay, I didn't have my camera out. Did a couple quick sessions in between some chores again before I take my son out for his birthday for lunch. But a quick thing I wanted to make an important note of to make sure I have, because it's really important to do when you're dealing with the motivational aspect. So I'm working right now on moving the halter up more around his head as I'm about to hook it. And this is when he's taking a lot of shifts back in his steps and starting to pull out of it. And I'm not going after him. I'm not reacting. I'm not chasing him to keep it on. He has to commit to keeping his head in the halter while I'm moving it up to buckle it. So I'm just standing there and waiting for him to keep soft and while I'm moving, and bridge the times that he does and have to start over if he is backing up. So you could see he was getting a little bit frustrated because he wasn't getting the bridge and he wasn't getting reinforcement. So as you get towards frustration, that's when so frustration can lead to aggression, and it also gets learning to not be fun. So things you do to keep learning positive and keep moving in them, wanting to be into the session and keep moving in a positive direction, is that's why you do approximations, is you have those other steps to fall back on and keep things going. So you can do an earlier approximation just to give them something to succeed on. You don't want to always fall back on that, because then you're just going to be stuck on the easier step. You can ask something entirely different just to break up the mindset and give them a little confidence boost. So I just kind of broke up this routine of not fail, you're backing up, fail, you're backing up, and he's getting frustrated. So I walked on, I moved, bridged his attitude, bridged him following. And you can bridge without the reinforcement. So my ratio of reinforcement was coming down a little bit. I bridged once for him putting his face in the halter and reinforced his following. So the reinforcement came for something other than the halter, but he still got some bridges in there for the haltering, and his motivation was heightened, but because he wasn't getting that 100% ratio, but his attitude was coming better because he was succeeding. He was getting the bridges. He was like, okay, I'm succeeding. I'm doing good. His attitude was turning around. He was doing better rather than fail. So I feel like I'm repeating myself and being a broken record here, but that's a good way to, you look at the big picture overall and go with the flow of it. And so we ended up getting one where I got to where I was able to get the sides of the halter all the way up almost to his ears, and he stayed stopped and he stayed forward. He didn't shift back at all, got a bridge, got all of the rest of his reinforcement, and I ended there. So now I'm gonna actually have to take a couple-hour break, which is the longest break he's had since he's been here. I've been working with short sessions throughout the day from sunup to sundown, his entire first days, just to really build some strong rapport. So he's gonna have a couple-hour break just to chillax throughout the afternoon, and I'll see him again in a few hours.
Oh no! Good boy. Try the halter? Nope. Come here. You get to everything on the camera. Halter. Gotta quit backing out of it. No, we had it earlier. Don't play with it. You got this, Bubba. Halter. Good boy. Good boy. Now, you gotta just hold it, baby. Oh. Grab. I like that little step back, not coming into my space. That is good manners. That is good boy. Keep a good attitude going. Let's keep a good attitude. It's all part of learning. Good. Halter. Back. Back. Back up to me a little bit. Back. Bravo. Good boy. Outstretched arms encouraging him to back up some. Halter. Halter. Oh, we're going to go through your duration a little bit. Back half. Fancy. Back. We're going to make you reset. Back. You're okay. You don't have to flinch. Halter. Hold it. Halter. Brah. There you go. That's a good confidence booster. That's what I want. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. That's it. Hold nice and still. Yes. Good boy. Halter. Hold. Oh, you tired, buddy. Come here. You gotta be a little more patient. Halter. One side up. Drop. Good boy. Good boy. It's not like he's never been haltered before. He has. But probably just so many different ways, and it looks like he's been long ago in his past, like baited and grabbed haltered, that I'm swinging the pendulum so far extreme other way, kind of erase all of that, and then we'll kind of get back to neutral to make it kind of normal haltering eventually. But again, just swinging that pendulum to erase all that negativity. Halter. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Halter. Hi. Oh, you want to keep your eye here, Kitty? Crap. Yesterday he had a piece of hair by his eye. It would not let me, a piece of hay by his eye. It would not let me get it off. And he just had a little eye booker. He let me get it. That was good. Thank you. Side you can't see is all the way up by his ear, and I'm just kind of holding it there, and then I'll work on the other side. Hi. I'm overkilling it. Rah, good boy. You had a tiny backward movement, but it was a little better. Halter. Move forward. Rah. That was very deliberate. That was a good one. We're going to take a little break there. Oh, do you have a little audience over there? I don't know if you can see the cat and the dog watching. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody, cutie? You're such a sweet boy. I know. We'll get there, lovey. You sniffing my head? He's gonna walk me inside. We're gonna go in the stall together. Okay. You're escorting me to the door. Okay. Okay. It was my son Drake's birthday today, so I didn't take the time to record a lot of the sessions I did, and I had some breaks in there, and when I did them, they were kind of short. A couple of them this evening were pretty long, but I didn't take the time to set up the camera. What I was working on a lot with the haltering was, he's got it down pat, putting his nose in it now. Getting up over his ears, you could tell he has a really extensive history of backing up out of it. As soon as you go to put it up over his ears, he's back. I've tried a few where latching it instead, kind of similar type response. As soon as you reach around there, he throws himself back. At this point, he's not reacting to me fearfully in that scenario. The first few times, yes, I stand there, I'm calm, I let him back up, and he comes right back and put his nose back in. His reaction is not huge anymore. It's just such a strong history of rehearsing that behavior over and over again. Is I back out, you don't get me, nope, we don't do this. So I'm just taking it further and further and just approximating it slowly and slowly and reinforcing it, for him making that choice of me getting closer and closer. If I get closer and he does, and it's a success that we've had before, and he makes the decision, no, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to back up, and it's clearly not a fearful one and kind of more of a, no, I'm not going to, I've taken that opportunity to sometimes turn around and leave and walk away. I've gotten to the point where he follows me everywhere right now. So I'm holding some reinforcement value now. He follows me around like a puppy dog. He knows I'm reinforcing. He's wanting the attention. He's wanting to do these sessions. And so by me saying, you're not cooperating right now, we're going to take a break. You're losing your opportunity for reinforcement right now. Let's remove this chance for reinforcement. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a few minutes and reset. And each time I did that, I was able to get to that next step successfully. Haven't gotten that halter all the way forward,
but he had that really good attitude. He was like, okay, I'll do that one right, I promise. And he came right back up with a great attitude, and we got to that next step really well. So we're getting there. It's just he, again, such a strong history with that. Now what he is still showing a lot of fear with is when I'm holding that bucket, whenever I feed him his grain, again, he gets 90% of it at breakfast, because that's what he'll be doing at his new home. But just so he has, I get a chance to descent, I'm giving him a little bit of it at dinner as well, just so I have 2 chances a day to work this, is when I'm holding it, he is eating out of it calmly now, but if I move at all, he flinches. Well, today I went to go touch him, and that rear came right towards me, like, you're not gonna do anything to me right now. And I'm standing right where my phone is right now at the stall door that goes out to the barn, not his door that goes to the paddock. And I just kind of stood there and held the bucket and kept petting him, and he stopped and kept eating, and no reaction, and he kept eating, and I kept petting and got through that whole little bit of food, and he kept eating, and I switched sides, and so I'm doing everything on both sides. He's eating, I'm petting, and every time he eats that food, I'm gonna pet his shoulder, his neck, eventually his back, and he's just gonna be completely desensitized to somebody touching him while he's eating, because that needs to be something that's definitely safe without bringing about that response reaction to him, out of him, that he does not need to be so defensive in that scenario. I think that sums up the bulk for today. Tomorrow I'll try to get it on video for you.